ॐ यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिय सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्. Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi, the regulator of our life. How? In the cold month of December, we set our fan speeds to low or even zero, while the AC and fan are on full blast during the hot months of April and May. A regulator helps us adjust our fan speeds. When milk boils over, a sprinkling of a few drops of water calms it down instantly. The water drops act as the regulator here. Sometimes we wish for a similar regulator to balance our moods and feelings and bring harmony to our life and relationships, especially when overwhelmed by emotions like anger, fear, distress, and greed. At such a time, who else can one turn to but our very own Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi? Holy Mother's wise counsel and quotes are a perennial source of joy and comfort to anyone who calls her Mother. She cannot resist the call of a child and rushes to provide solace and support. She is the only one who can rely on to straighten our thoughts, ideas, health, and even life. The Holy Mother had the heart of a true mother. She never failed to fulfill the reasonable wishes of any devotee, but also knew where to draw the line. Let me tell you a small incident. Once, a doctor's wife requested Holy Mother greedily, "Mother, please pray for your son-in-law's income," that means her husband's income, "to increase multifold." Pat came the reply from Holy Mother, "My dear daughter, if I do that, I will be indirectly praying for my other children to fall sick, and I cannot do that." This is what made Holy Mother very special. She was and is the mother of all. Had the devotees simply wished for more wealth, Mother would have granted the wish quite easily. Instead, she simply regulated the devotees' selfish expectations, imparting an important lesson in clarity of expression and presentation. Sri Sarada Devi provided such guidance and instruction to her monastic children as well. Swami Adbhutananda Latu Maharaj, a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, lost all interest in life after Sri Ramakrishna's passing. He spent his days in single-minded meditation, not caring for anyone or anything else. The Holy Mother usually divided her time between Kolkata and Jayarampati, and it was time for her to return to her hometown. All the monks and devotees flocked to seek her blessings before she embarked on her journey, all except Latu Maharaj. The mother sent a message to him, but Latu Maharaj did not comply. His seemingly rude reply was, "A monk has no mother or father." Immediately, the Holy Mother herself visited Latu Maharaj and told him, "Beta, you may not need a mother, but I need all my children." Who can resist such a pure, all-encompassing love? Latu Maharaj bowed in reverence. Through this little lesson of love, Holy Mother regulated Latu Maharaj's rigid self-absorption, a quality not ideal for a monk. There is another beautiful incident. Swami Turiyananda, another disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, once fell ill because of a festering wound in his leg. He was advised by the treating physicians that the leg had to be amputated to save his life. But the Swami refused to opt for a surgery. He said that death was more welcome to him than living the rest of his life at the mercy of others. Holy Mother was upset on hearing this, and she sent a message to him. My son, you are serving Thakur Sri Ramakrishna and your life is so valuable. Continue your service with faith and everything will get better. Miraculous. In a few days, Swami Turiyananda's leg began to heal. This was yet another act of love from the Holy Mother, restoring the health of an enlightened soul like Swami Turiyananda. Even the great Swami Vivekananda held the Holy Mother in absolute reverence and love. He sought her counsel and wisdom to address many challenges. Swamiji, the visionary he was, believed that spirituality and service should go hand in hand. A combination of both was what he envisioned for the monks of the Belur Mutt. This did not sit well with some senior monks. These rebelling monks thought that Swamiji was unduly influenced by the ideals of the West and complained about these new rules to the Holy Mother. But the Holy Mother clearly understood Swami Vivekananda's profound and compassionate ideologies more than anyone else. She silenced all these objections with a simple statement. She said, "It is Sri Ramakrishna himself who is working through Naren, Swami Vivekananda. It is his wish that is being carried out through his chosen apostle. Naren is doing the right thing." Had the Holy Mother raised any objection, Swamiji would have abandoned the goal, Atmano Mokshartham Jagat Hitaya Cha, and the Ramakrishna mission would have been just another place of worship and not the hub of spirituality and service as it is operating today. Holy Mother was a true visionary herself who set right the assumptions and prejudices of these senior disciples, laying a robust foundation for a future monastic community. Let me tell you a small incident. As recently as 20 years back, a spiritual aspirant joined the Ramakrishna order to become a monk in Sri Ramakrishna Mutt, Chennai. But his family objected and threatened to kill themselves if he adopted a monastic life. The young man was completely stressed and confused and became mentally deranged because of this ongoing turbulence. One day he went missing from the monastery, and with great difficulty he was relocated again and brought back to the ashrama. However, he grew aggressive and it was increasingly challenging to keep him in the monastery. Finally, the authorities of the monastery decided to return the young man to his family and sent 2 monks with him. In the journey that lasted more than 10 hours, the young man created so much trouble that the accompanying monks were terribly distraught. Like a magic, he instantly calmed down after one of the monks showed him the photograph of the Holy Mother. He began to cry, and the sobs quietened after some time. Whenever he tried to stir up trouble, he was told by the monk, "You are a devotee of Holy Mother. Is it right for you to behave this way?" That was enough. Hearing this, he would immediately calm down. He was safely deposited with his family and surprisingly became normal immediately. Devotees, Sri Sarada Devi regulated a situation that was explosive and could have easily spiraled out of control. Such is the power of the Holy Mother's love. She is our true mother, so let us surrender our troubles at her feet and seek her guidance and counsel always. Let us remember that she is always guiding and guarding us. Whatever be the troubles we find ourselves in, we know our mother can set it right with her unconditional and unlimited love and infinite wisdom. Let us all utilize the regulator of our life, Sri Sarada Devi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.